The city of Las Cruces is preparing for the mosquito season. Work has already been underway for several weeks by contract employee Matt Lee.
So it's our job to basically identify the situation within the city of Las Cruces, the mosquito population, quantify it, and then basically manage it. So basically, the ramp machine tests for West Nile virus within the mosquito population. And it does it in a sense, it's looking at the enzymes within it. It's a quick metabolite that it tries to read. So once it's in the system, it'll read that metabolite, and that's what tells us what's going on in the population. Take mosquitoes, crush them up, add a buffer solution, centrifuge them, get them into basically a mashed up mess, and then take an aliquot sample out of it, put it on the card, put the card in the machine, and within 1 minute of putting the machine, it tells us the results.
Lee says it's important to check pooling areas across the city.
So many of the public accessible breeding sites in the city of Las Cruces are like this culvert. And within that, we do larval surveillance on a weekly basis of each of these water sites to tell when we need to treat mosquito larvae that's in the water, what type of species they are, what's going to happen next. Is it going to be wet the whole time? Is it going to dry up? So that's part of our management goal. This is the key to our management of the mosquito population within the city. If we stop them here, we don't have flying, biting adults, which can spread disease and also cause discomfort. Most people associate mosquito problems in the city with a great big retention pond. And within the reality of that, those are the easiest to manage for us. And we get more of our problems coming from backyards on private property, which we can't touch legally, than we do sites like this that we can publicly touch. We can touch all these, we can treat all these. So 80% of our complaint calls actually have mosquitoes breeding on their private property.
And he says residents at home can make a big difference.
People in their everyday life walk past things that will breed mosquitoes. They're there. Sometimes it's overgrown vegetation, sometimes it's containers that they left out, things that they don't normally see every day. Irrigation from sprinklers, rainfall, it causes a big problem that we can't manage. And a lot of it, you walk past it so often you don't notice it's there. It becomes commonplace in the yard. So we try to go out and educate the property owners, help them, guide them in the right direction to mitigate the problem that could be originating on their property, or we use codes enforcement if it's a neighboring property, something that needs to be cleaned up, whether it's tires, containers, abandoned pools, anything that'll hold water that's considered refuse and abandoned is what we look at.